this book talk. So I just finished two books. One is fantasy, one is a real life journey through an author's life in deconstructing religion, finding her spiritual or sacred divine, and finding the spiritual walk that works best for her. In this book, this is called Children of Blood and Bone. This is by Tomi Adeyemi. I hope I'm saying it right. She's a Nigerian author. I believe this came out in 2018. This was on TikTok and I bought it. And when I tell you, I could not stop reading this. It is a fantasy book that's based on Orishan people. It's based on the Orisha goddesses, as well as different gods and goddesses throughout Nigerian culture or throughout this fantasy world. But when I tell you, the author, before she wrote the book, she said that she was going to study abroad in Brazil, I believe. And when she got there, wherever she was originally going to go, the plans were derailed, and she ended up going into a shop where she was looking at different paraphernalia and all the arts and different tokens of the area, and she came across a book, and it showed Orisha, the goddess of Africa. I believe that's who she was. But this book is like Black Panther with magic. It is non-stop. It tells the story from every person that's in here, whether it's Inan, which is the prince, whether it's Amari, his sister, whether it's Zele, which is the young lady who does possess the magic, and she turns out to be a reaper. And her brother Zane. Like, this is a great book. I definitely love it. But what got me was with both of the books, even though they are different, Christina Cleveland went on a journey, like I said, to deconstruct religion because she grew up in a very religious home. And in doing this, I found myself in a lot of what she said. At first, when I started off, I took it like, oh my God, why is she going against God like this? But it was not God that she was going against. It was the God that we were made to believe, the white male God, the image of God, how Christianity has shown the images of white people. And of course, with Black people, we don't know much about our history if we don't study our history, if we don't know our history. And so she went on a journey. And in her journey, she said that she was going to visit Our Lady of the Side Eye, which is one of the Madonna statues in France. And she said on her way there, she hiked 42 miles. And she got there and she found out that they wasn't allowing anybody to view her. And she just felt really down and felt really broken. And in this one, the author went through her journey where she was supposed to go to Brazil. And when she got there, it didn't turn out how she experienced. But both authors ended up being on the path that they needed to be to get where they needed to be. If Tome did not end up in the gift shop in Brazil, we might not have Children of Blood and Bone, which is a great adventure book, but I believe they said they was going to turn into a movie. God is a Black Woman is great for anybody that's deconstructing religion, that wants to learn about themselves, wondering why the feminine divine has always been left out of religion. Both journeys are great, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. This is my book that I go back to and reference from time to time. This is just a great fantasy book, so much so that I end up getting Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and I pre-ordered the third one, which comes out in June. But this is going to be my book that I'm reading, as well as Gathering Blossoms Under Fire, which is the journals of the great Alice Walker. If you don't know her, this is a great book. I just started on this, and I just started on this. Hope you enjoyed my book talk review. Have a great one.